Assalamualaikum and greeting for my panel for the final year project evaluation. My name is Muhammad ZIKRY bin JAFRIKHAIRI from SD4. My number matric is B0518200042. My project title is Parameter Prediction for Polishing Process using Supervised Learning for GS3141 Sheet Method. My supervisor name is Dr. RUZAIDI bin ZAMRI, and let's get started to the next part, which is introduction. So, for the introduction, parameter prediction for polishing process using supervised learning, which is the fuzzy logic for GS3141 sheet method, is critical for product quality control. In manufacturing of short series and even single, high complexity component is one of the most difficult tasks in manufacturing engineering today. Furthermore, obtaining client quality and lead time requirements while retaining a reasonable cost is quite tough. Finishing technique such as a polishing are found in the majority of industrial part. Production workflow. Parameter prediction is needed to allow the consumer know the accuracy, surface, roughness in polishing process. In problem statement, we have 4 problem statement. First is polishing process prediction using normal polishing process. Second, polishing quality consistency. Third, machine learning method for MATLAB. And the last is time consuming to predict parameter polishing process. There are 3 objectives to this project. First, to provide data selection for polishing process. Second, to predict polishing process parameters by using supervised learning, which is fuzzy logic approach. And the last is to deliver graphical user interface for the prediction system. For this part is about literature review for polishing. Polishing is a surface machining method used to create high quality finished product surface. It is a multitask procedure in which instead employs a finer abrasive by Vijaya ETL 2019. For parameter prediction, they have a post grid size and time. Particle size as rotating speed, WT, cutting depth, and feed speed VF are the polishing parameter to be tuned by Junwoo ETL 2018. For the methodology part, this is the overall project flow. First, we have start and literature review. At literature review, we have parameter prediction, supervised learning using the fuzzy logic. Software that we use is the MATLAB. Data processing. Next, determine specification, collect the data, develop coding and rule for in fuzzy logic, simulation and testing, result accepted, yes or no, prediction of polishing parameter, which is the grid size, force and time, quality variation, and last is end. The simulation of this project is done by using fuzzy logic toolbox in MATLAB. The inputs are RA, where is surface roughness, while output is grid size, polishing force, and polishing time. For the figure right, the right figure is in the yellow box, there is an input where is the RA, and the blue box, they have a 3 output, which is the grid size, polishing force, and polishing time. For the result and discussion, prediction output data, which is a grid size, polishing force, and polishing time, is based on the RA data. The prediction is used using fuzzy logic toolbox. For the example, RA data is 0.115. For the prediction output data is 200. For the grid size is confined. Polishing force in Newton 5.0 light and polishing time in second 10 seconds is a cost short. Okay, for the second example is 0.5, which is the output data prediction is 120 is super medium, and 15 for moderate and 30 for moderate. It can be seen that the smaller the surface roughness, the prediction for grid size is fine, the force that we use is light, and the last time taken really short. Thus, it can state that the prediction output data is depends on surface roughness data. Here is the rule viewer for surface roughness parameter prediction. The left upper, the RA have been set up, which is the 0 until 0.3. The right upper is 0.3 until the 0.7, and the bottom is 0.7 until 1. So they have a 1 input and 3 output. For this part is about the graphical user interface, which is the third objective for this project. Graphical user interface that have been developed, which is the input for the RA, the output is the grid size, polishing force, and polishing time. We have the run button, reset, and close. For the run button, just input the RA point and run, and they will be the outcome for grid size, polishing force, and polishing time. If need the new point, reset, just click the button reset and have done, just close. In this part, the functional of GUI is to enable a person to communicate with a computer by keying the input of RA data and run the program to get the output. For the discussion, metal polishing is a finishing method that uses an abrasive material to smooth surface. When polished, the surface of metallic objects are free of defects and become more relative and shiny, enhance their appearance. The purpose of the project is to determine the correction prediction value for the polishing process, which is the grid size, the polishing force, and the polishing time, and the human material using GUI, graphical user interface.
So the first step to develop fuzzy logic system by typing out fuzzy in comma window. Fuzzy. And pop-up window will appear fuzzy logic designer. So we will edit to add input and output based on requirement. So my project will be 4 parameter, which is a 1 input and 3 output. Okay. What we can see for the 1 input is RA and 3 output is grid size, polishing force, and polishing time. This value is setting at certain range by double click on the RA. On the RA, the way will 3 range, which is the fine, medium, and rough. For the grid size is rough, medium, and fine. Polishing force is light, moderate, and hard. Polishing time is short, moderate, and long. We close this. We click the polish steel Mamdani to set the rule. What we can see, they have a 3 rule. For the first rule is, if RA is fine, then grid size is fine, polishing force is light, polishing time is short. For the second rule, if RA is medium, then grid size is medium, polishing force is moderate, polishing time is moderate. For the last, if RA is rough, then the grid size is rough, polishing force is hard, polishing time is long. We close the rule. The simulation will be done by viewing the rule. What we can see, if the they have a 2 color graph. For the yellow is for the input and blue color graph is for the output. If the input RA is 0.5, the grid size will be predict 120. Polishing force is 15 Newton. Application time is 30. If we try the example 0.115, for the RA is 0.115, the grid size will be predict to 100, polishing force is 5, and polishing time is 10. From the table, what we that we try, the RA data 0.5. For the prediction output data is grid size, 200 is fine, polishing force Newton, 5.0 is light, polishing time for 0.15 is 10. If the RA data is higher, like 0.85, it will be 40 for the grid size, polishing force is 25, and polishing time is 50. Let's try 0.85. What we can see for the yellow graph, if RA, grid size that we predict is 40, and polishing force is 25 Newton, polishing time is 50 seconds. For this project, the third objective is develop the GUI. For the GUI, we have set the coding at the GUI RA. The coding have done in this part. So we just run. That is our GUI. So we try the input the one data. In the GUI we have the input, output, which is the input RA, output is grid size, processing force and processing time. If we have done to input the data, we click the run and reset if want to input new data, and then click the close. First we try the 0.15. We run. For the data that we get is output 199.184, first is 5 and first time is 10. If we try 0.85, we run, reset 0.85, run, and the output is 40.016. For grid size, precision force is 24 and precision time is 49. This GUI is for human monitoring for prediction. After done, we have to close.
For the conclusion for the project is parameter prediction for polishing process is reliable to manufacturing company that need to produce high of quality product. The advantage of GUI is that can be used as a simplify the communication of information and eliminating unexpected of previously unknown information data. Thus, one method to contact it is by using fuzzy logic approach. That works by using approximation to sort out the prediction parameter based on the input and output. That's all for me. Thank you.